Hola chicas, ¿cómo están? We are on day 3 of a remote learning, and today I'm going to add a little more vocabulary to what we have. So far we know how to say to talk about different people in our family, like el papá o el padre, los abuelos, los tíos, ¿sí? So now we're going to add two more things. One, it is how to say my mom. So if you're talking about your own mom, or my uncle, to be talking about your own uncle, or her uncle or their uncles. Yeah. And so we're gonna add that part. So please, at this time, I'm gonna ask you to have a paper and pencil and to take notes. Okay. So let's start with how do you say my let's say my brother. So, see, mi hermano, it's my brother. So look how the even the words are very similar. It's a matter of an MI or an MY. Mi hermano. How do you think we would say my mother? Muy bien. Mi ma. And how about my cousin? Muy bien. Mi primo, if it's a guy that we're talking about, or mi prima, if it's a girl that we're talking about. In English, it's very gender neutral. My cousin. Okay. But if I'm talking to you and I want to say your cousin, I'm going to use a word that you already know, but I'm going to tell you why it's different. So, tú, your cousin, prima o primo. You might think, oh, but I thought tú meant you. Here is the big difference. If you type T, you with an accent, this means you. But tú without an accent means your. Yeah? So that's why it's very important to learn those accent marks, because they make that much of a difference. Yeah? So what about if I want to say your grandma? Muy bien, tu abuela. Okay. Me too. And if I'm talking about someone else's family, like, I don't know, let's say her family, I'm going to say su familia. Her family. But here's the thing. Her family means it's the family of a female. Su familia could also mean his family. Yeah? How do we know? Context. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Justin Bieber? In this case, will be his family. Or are we talking about, I don't know, Taylor Swift? Her family. So context will help us figure it out, whether we're talking about his or her. In Spanish, it's just a one. Okay? Okay. So here it's what happens if we are to move around to our family or our parents. It's again similar to a word that you already know. Our, nuestra familia. It looks like the word nosotros, that means we, but at the same time is different. Look, N-U-E versus N-O, nuestra familia. Here's also something else that happens here. If I'm talking about in familia is feminine, that's why it ends in a. If I'm talking about I'm sorry about that. If we're talking about my father, or I guess our father, nuestro padre, right? Padre refers as a male person. That's why it's masculine. And that's the only part that changes. Nuestra familia, nuestro padre. So if I'm talking about to our cousin who happens to be a boy, nuestro primo. Ladies, so far I hope that you are writing all this down. You have all of the examples in Spanish and English. So how about if it would be our cousin who happens to be a girl? Correct. Nuestra with an A. Prima. Okay. So far we have me, my, tu for your, su for her or his, right? And also for its. Since we don't have it in Espanol, we use he or she form. And then we have nuestro or nuestra for ours. Here is what happens with your family, as in like as their family. Their family. It's gonna be very similar to something you already see. Well, it's the same as something you already saw. Su familia. So again, how do we know if it's her, his, or their family? Context. What is it that we're talking about? Their family. Su familia. What if I want to say their mom? Su madre. Yeah? How do you say her mom? Su madre. Just the same way. Her mom. His mom. Or mother. Right? And then su madre. Here could be their mom or their mother. Mother. Okay? And this is talking about one individual, right? So my mom, one mom. Or my brother, my one brother, right? But what if I have multiple brothers? So this is what happens to this. Mis hermanos. See? My brothers. Let's try with one that you guys have used a lot. My friends. So, my friend, one friend. Mi amiga or mi amigo. See, my friend. My friends. Multiple friends. There are my friends. Mis amigas. Right? You see how everything becomes plural? M, I, S. And amiga becomes amigas. My friends. The same way applies to all the other examples we have. So, tu prima, your cousin. What if I want to say your cousins? Muy bien. Tus primas. What about your grandmothers? Or your grandparents? Tus, muy bien, abuelos. What if I want to say his or her families? You know, like your mom's side and then your dad's side, both sides together, their families. well, his families. Sus familias. His or her families. What if it's a person that has multiple moms? Sus madres. Okay. And the same thing with nuestra. So in this case, our family, like our families. Nuestras familias. Familias. Our parents. Nuestros padres. Right? Or our cousins. Nuestros primos. See? And the same works for su and su. So just to recap, so far we have the vocabulary you have been working on with family members and how to say mine, your, his, hers, ours, and theirs. Okay? Yeah? So far so good? I hope so. If not, ask me questions at the end of this video. We're gonna move on to the next part of our vocabulary. So we're gonna start with also adding months, right? Because we're gonna start talking about birthdays and date. And so far, I just wanna include the months. You're gonna see them on my announcements. If you looked at yesterday, it already says Marzo, because that's our month for today. So I'm just gonna go over this, and I want to invite you to click on this link that says song and listen to the song. It really helps you remember or memorize these words. So enero is January, febrero, February, marzo, March, April, abril, mayo, May, June, junio, julio, July, agosto, August, septiembre, September, octubre, October, noviembre, November, y diciembre, December. Okay, ladies, I hope you are having a good day. Please contact me if you need help with anything else. I'll be more than glad to help you out.